Delegation is single most important thing to grow your business. If we don't delegate, we get stuck in the same place, and not only that, we lose our life for our business production. So delegation is very important to get time back, get life back, and other side, grow the business to the highest potential you can. So in this video, we will talk about a couple of things. Why don't we delegate? What are the challenges? And then what can we do to overcome those challenges so we can delegate and we can grow to the highest potential. Now, the reason we don't delegate, number one reason, because we care. We care for our business. We don't want to give a part of our business activities to somebody, and the fear of they're going to do a mistake, or they're not going to make our client happy, or they're not going to do a quality job, and that fear stops us to delegate. Number two, we think we do the best, and that's such a huge myth, because there are people, they can do certain things better than me, better than you. So these are the major reasons we do not want to delegate. But the day we start delegating, another challenge also, sometimes we delegate and somebody make mistakes, and then we kind of step back. We say, oh my God, I did a mistake to delegate to somebody. They didn't do the job. Now, here are the solution for all those challenges. Number one thing, we have to get right people for the right job. We got to train them enough, because if they are not trained, if they are not doing a quality job, do not delegate. So when you hiring your first assistant, you make sure that you do the disc profile test, you check their skill and make sure they are coachable, they will get trained by you, and you are hiring for the position, you are not hiring the person. The only thing you are hiring the person about the mindset, because they have a good mindset, but every skill they have has to fit with the position. Okay, that's number one thing. And you may say, like, look, my business is small, I do not have anybody to hire right now, full-time or part-time, so how do I delegate? We'll talk about that at the end. So let's talk about how can you delegate effectively so you can get your time back and grow your business. So number one thing, as I mentioned, you hire for the position, you do not hire the person. Okay, doesn't matter, sometimes many people hire their family members, or they hire their friends, or somebody maybe matching the personality and they hire them. No, that is okay to hire, don't get me wrong, but put them in the right position where they can be the right piece of the puzzle to fit in for your business. Now, you got to train them. You got to train them piece by piece, not like a 2, 3, 4 hours and day training one day. Nobody going to remember. Okay, people, including you and me, we learn through practice. So we have to remember that. So piece by piece, train, delegate, let them do the work, and then your job is to do the quality control. Initially, you do more quality control, and as they are doing better, you do less quality control. I'm going to give you some strategy on that also. So that's number one thing, is you want to train them. Regardless what your thought is, hey, tomorrow if they leave, doesn't matter. It's better for an employee to leave than have an employee working for you for a long time without getting proper training. So that's number one thing. Train them and hire the right people. Then, most important, do not micromanage. Even though they do a little mistake, we say we are human beings, we all do mistakes. Do not micromanage. What is micromanage? Means you give the job and then you going back and checking every single step. No, you give them the responsibility, let them do it. Any mistake, correct it, and for the future. So correcting to the future is the managing, but looking back and dig through is micromanaging. Get rid of that. You cannot do that, because then you will never delegate to somebody. So that's very important for you as a manager. Now, the strategy I was talking about is 10-80-10 rule. What you do whenever you start a project, for example, you hired a videographer, or you hired a video editor, or you hired somebody, your assistant, to do the file follow-up, or whatever the job is. What you do, you have to get fully involved on the first 10%. Means you're going to make sure the quality is good, they understand how you want the work to be done, and check like a full involved 10%. Then you delegate 80%, and then the last 10% is the quality control check or auditing. So that's what, when the product or the work is done, you will do a check. That could be a weekly check, maybe daily, 30-minute check, 15-minute check, whatever it is. So that's the way you delegate 80%, the majority of it. But then you get involved with every project, with every task, only 10% at the bottom and 10% on the top. And that keeps the quality going, that keeps the workflow going, and you get 80% of your time back. So let me know what you think about this. Give me a like and follow if you're still here and you're watching this. Now I'm going to go with, if you don't have an employee, if you don't have enough fund to get an employee, of course, you do a partnership. What do you do? In your business, check your strengths and the weaknesses. And then if anybody in the similar business, in your office, in your business, whoever you can trust, you don't have to hire them, but you can pay them per work, and then you have them do that particular work you think is not good for you, it's not your strength, it's not making enough money for you, but it's good for somebody. You give it to them and tell them, look, I'll share the income with you, certain percentage, 10%, 15%, 20%, up to 25% you can share with somebody, even 50-50 if it's that much, but that will help you grow on that particular project. And so adding that, because if you keep everything in your basket, it's never going to happen, or you can only do so much every single day or every single week. So that is the art of delegation. Let me know what do you think. And remember, you have to delegate, because if you don't delegate, you get stuck in the same level. You do not grow. Your business does not grow. You cannot do that to yourself. Okay. And plus, you need to get your time back, because once you get time back, you do better thing for yourself. Let me know what do you think. Thanks for watching, and always wish you the best. Take care. See you on the another video.